Yo, welcome to Wingo World. I'm your man, Dale Wingo. And you know what time it is. It's that time of year again. I saw the first job for seafood processing posted on Indeed this past weekend for the 2025 A season that starts in January or some places February. So the first company I saw was Unicy, and they're in Dutch Harbor. They're looking for people to work 12 to 16-hour days, 6 to 7 days a week for 6 months. So I'll post a link of that job below in the description, and if you want to get down with it, you click on the link and fill out the application. They usually respond pretty quickly. Now, companies that size, like Unicy, Westward, Trident, sometimes they overhire. So, and then sometimes they don't get back to you. Y'all, if you watch previous videos, y'all have seen the videos where I've said I've applied to Westward more than once, and they did all my paperwork and everything, and then never got back to me with a hiring packet. So, those companies, they hire a lot of people. They go through a lot of applications, and sometimes they get back to you, sometimes they don't. I talked to a couple of people who was with Unicy this past year. I think it was Unicy this past year in January. They got out there. The company realized they overhired. First day there, they tried to send people home for $1,000. A couple of people took it. Bunch of people didn't. Second day, they offered people $2,000 to go home. Bunch of people took it. Bunch of people didn't. So these big companies, they overhire. So the quicker you get on, the quicker you can cement your position with the company if you want to do the long haul. Now, it is 6 months in Dutch Harbor, so it's going to get cold in January. And then by the time you leave in June, it'll be pretty moderate. But nevertheless, be prepared for the cold. They do have a stringent background and drug testing policy. So I talked to a guy last month over the summer, and he went to, I believe it was Unicy, and he worked for 2 weeks. And then his drug test came in 2 weeks later. He had been there already for 2 weeks, and it came in, and they were like, yeah, you got to go home. You failed the drug test that you took before you got here. So you got to keep all these things in mind. Anything can happen in a fishery and on a job site. But I do know Unicy, Westward, I think even Trident, they're pretty stringent when it comes to background and drug testing. So if you think you have a problem with any of that, just be prepared or don't apply at all. So yeah, I'll post a link below. Unicy and Westward, they're famous for traveling to a city near you. So keep that in mind. Click on Indeed, or eventually they'll go to Craigslist and they'll let you know when a hiring event is coming to a town in your state. And you can go there and talk to the recruiters and ask them any questions you may have. It makes it a lot easier for your decision if you have some immediate answers instead of waiting for someone to email you back. So those are for people who are not sure that they want to go, or if they have any questions amid trepidation. Unicy's always been, them and Trident are usually the first ones. I did see Trident is looking for Dutch Harbor too, but theirs is pretty specific, and I think it's local. They're looking for a forklift operator. I did see Silver Bay's looking for forklift operators, but theirs is in Seattle, and it doesn't involve housing, I don't think so. But usually Unicy's the first one, and then they go Unicy, Westward, and then they all start to follow suit. And so this is the time of year where they start. So if you want to cement your position from January or February, start going on Indeed or AlaskaJobs.com or Craigslist and start looking for seafood processing gigs, all right? Companies that don't necessarily have background or drug testing, companies like North Pacific Seafoods, some of their affiliates are pretty lax. When I say affiliates, because North Pacific is under an umbrella of companies, under a parent company that has an umbrella of companies. So there's the parent company, I forgot the name of it, Canfisco or something like that. And then with that is North Pacific, E&E, AGS, Leader Creek, Sitka Sound, and Red Salmon, and it might be one or two other ones. They're all under the same company. So if you messed up with one of those companies, as it was told to me, if you mess up with one of those companies, you can't get hired by another one of those companies because it's in the database. Now, that being said, there are some who got through the cracks. When I was in Sick of Sound, I talked to a guy who got fired twice from Sick of Sound, and he was there on his third stint. So I don't know if that's a new policy or he just, maneuvered his way through the cracks. Nevertheless, if you had a problem with any of those companies that I mentioned that are all affiliated, you might have a hard time getting hired by another company that they're affiliated with. So keep that in mind if you're wondering why you haven't gotten a response or anything like that from those family of companies. That's basically it. I just want to let you guys know that the hiring process has begun. Unicy is the first one I saw, along with specialty jobs from Trident and Silver Bay. Go to Indeed or Alaska Jobs and take a look around and make sure you can cement your spot for Pollock A season. Keep in mind, it's going to be cold, it's going to be remote, and if you think you're going to leave early, bring enough for the flight back. And do your research, kind of get an idea how much the flight's going to be to return, just in case you need to bounce, all right? So feel free to leave any questions or comments below. Click on the notification button so that you can see the new videos coming up, and because I'll be talking to you soon as the hiring season starts to begin, all right? This is Dale at Wingo World, and I'm out. Peace.